Williams. A completely disinterested Sean Williams. So
at the rate he's going, his attitude, if you have to be here to see it, if that carries on during the season, Miami's going to have a few down the road problems because he's really right now nonchalant. I don't care kind of attitude.
Don't you think, though, the Dwayne Wades and some of those guys will pull him in a little bit?
Yeah, I think so, and they need to pull him in
quickly. Like today?
To let him know, young fella.
Like right there at halftime?
We're not going to have it. And I don't think Pat Riley is going to put up with it. He's not that. He's a no-nonsense guy. He's not going to tolerate it. Not from a rookie.
Right.
Anyway.
Brooke Lopez follow. He's showing a little more touch today.
Yeah,
than
nice touch
yesterday.
for the big fella. Nice. He looked like you, Dante. A little fall away.
A little fall away. That's my game.
We're getting a lot of questions, by the way, of what's the food today. The food today is Moe's.
Oh, Moe's today.
Moe's. Okay. There's some burritos, some taco action.
I like
there.
Moe's, and I'm going to have a bunch of those after the end of this contest.
Some nachos.
Yesterday was sandwiches from Jason's Deli.
Today is Moe's.
And we're still looking for a sponsorship deal. Anyone that wants to give us money, we'll peddle your product.
Yeah, why
whatever
not?
it is.
Doesn't matter.
Nice feed into the big fella and turn around, easy touch shot for Brooke Lopez. That shows some post up there.
10 points in the game now for Brooke, and a nice move by Chalmers. We've seen the touch from outside, and we've seen him get to the basket.
Well, folks, again, Mario Chalmers, the steal of the draft.
The 34th pick, I stand corrected. 34th pick, and you're calling him the steal of the draft right now.
The steal of the draft. That's a really solid point guard right there.
Do you think he has a chance, Nick, to be the starter for the Heat, given their point guard situation right now? Considering
no Jay will.
Well, let's see. He's got to beat out Chris Quinn. I think he can do that.
Well, you're not in college, son. You can't throw the ball in the backcourt.
I think he just got told that by his coaches. He's like, yeah, my bad.
Well, he has a very good chance of being the starter.
Right.
Unless, presumably, the Heat go out and sign
somebody. Anybody.
Dante.
I could give Chris Quinn a run. I don't know that I could beat out Mario. But, who's out there? Who's out there that would be able to, I mean, they either bring Jason Williams back or, there aren't a whole lot of guys out there.
Unless you go via trade or something.
Right.
We just don't know.
Look down low to Josh Duncan, this guy out of Xavier. Kicks it out to Antonio Graves.
Antonio Graves from Pittsburgh.
Absolutely right, from Pittsburgh.
Had a great tournament.
Yep. Antonio.
Yeah, he did. That's insightful commentary by Dante. That's usually what I bring to the table.
You like that addition?
Yep. Sure did.
Well, Mike Beasley is 0 for 10 now. 20-second timeout call by Miami to get some things ironed out.
45-38 is the score, just under 8 minutes to go here in the third quarter. And another guy, you look at a guy like Julius Hodge. Now, here's a guy that left college early, NC State. Couldn't,
had a few problems in Denver.
And now he's trying to get back in the league here with New Jersey.
I just got an email from Gary Sussman.
Okay.
He's the VP of Public Relations for the Nets, actually, and he says, Nick is adding way too much credibility to our broadcast right now, so we need to go ahead and get him off the air because there's way too much basketball and credibility going on. And he also said he called that 50-pointer at the Swamp. Even the Rats ran for cover that day.
So he was that's right. He's working with the Nets. He did that game, so he knows.
Suss does it all there. So he's the PR guy, but not only that, he's the public address announcer.
Oh, is he really?
Oh yeah, he does. And then he delivers hot dogs at halftime. I mean, he does it all.
He does 10 times the amount of work you do.
There's no question.
Wow.
No question.
Beasley finally knocks down a three.
First field goal of the contest. Michael Beasley knocks down his first field goal. He's 1 of 11 in this game and gets a three-pointer to go.
Here's an email from Scott, who obviously has no idea what our gig is up here. He says, please talk about the game. You've discussed everything else from music to Star Jones to everything else, but you're not commentating on this game. Well, that's the way it goes. I mean, that's the way it goes when you tune into our Summer League broadcasts. You're going to get nothing associated with the game. You'll get the score occasionally.
Right.
And maybe if somebody does something exciting, we'll talk about it for about 10 seconds, and then I'll go back to my dinner tomorrow
But you got to do something really exciting to get us to mention it. I mean, it's pretty dreadful, really. Like yesterday, Nick, we had one of these. We had a foreign player last year in Summer League that did somebody was shooting free throws, and he did a face-up box-out.
Has anybody ever tried to block you out facing you?
Put his back to the basket, faced the player, and did this to keep him off the glass.
From what I can tell, that's illegal.
Never seen that.
Well, I think it's illegal.
I didn't know you could do that.
I'm pretty sure you can't.
I had never seen that move before.
Well, what do you guys? What's your assessment of Chris Douglas Roberts? What do you think? To seeing him play in the second game.
The second game, not so much. I thought he was really good yesterday.
Yeah.
I thought he was very active. Slash to the things that he did at Memphis.
Yeah.
Slash to the basket. Good on the break. Today he's been relatively quiet. He actually has no points right now.
He's a very thin kid. I didn't think he was that thin. Yeah.
He is thin, but he's got some length to him, though. I think they list him as 6'7", and can get to the basket, too. So I like that. And he was.
I think the thing that scared a lot of people off about Douglas Roberts, in my opinion, was just he just doesn't have the textbook style that maybe some teams are looking for. Just because his game is a little awkward, that I think that scares some people off, and that's not necessarily. I mean, look at Sean Marion.
Yeah, Sean Marion.
He's got the most awkward shot you've ever seen in your life.
He's athletic. He runs the floor. He rebounds.
And this kid's athletic and runs the floor. So I mean, and that's not comparing Chris Douglas Roberts to Sean Marion by any means. They're two entirely different.
It's not jump the gun there.
And, but I think that scares people off when you go, for these draft workouts and these combines and that type of thing. I think you just sometimes got to go by how the kid plays basketball in a 5-on-5 game.
Exactly.
That's my 2 cents. That's all the basketball you're going to get out of me.
Yeah, that was good analysis, though.
Let's go back to talking about burritos.
Yeah, what other food questions we got?
I haven't gotten anything yet. I got to figure it out. We got a lot. We got a bunch of emails. Remember, you can also go to dginternetshow.com.
Well, Mike Beasley just picked up another foul. I think that's 6. He's disqualified.
Oh, is that his 6th? So now the foul rule is coming into play.
Yeah.
So they got to think about taking him off the floor here. And actually, they are. They are going to take him off
the
floor. Now he's limping.
He knocked knees with Sean Williams right there. He reached in and tried to reach around him, and they knocked knees.
Or is he limping because he's 1 for 10, Nick?
Yeah, he's limping because he's 1 for 10.
Right? I mean, that would make me limp a little bit.
That's not a hurting limp. That's a pride.
I've limped plenty of times. I've limped plenty of times.